for me, what is important is let's discuss Nigeria. Whether we are going to do coalition or not, let's talk about the future of the country. Because often we abandon the country and what we need to do, talking about power grab. I'm not interested in any coalition that is for purpose of taking power. It is about discussing Nigeria. How do we care about securing Nigeria? How do we care about the common person in Nigeria? How do we care about our children being in school? That is the most important thing for now.
There is a complete meltdown on social media ever since Mr. Peter Obi granted this interview. I don't know why there is a meltdown, because over time Peter Obi has made it known that he is not desperate to be president and that he is not going to form any coalition with anyone that is meant for state capture. Peter Obi has made it known that any coming together of the opposition party to form a mega party ahead of the 2027 general election, it will be for the good of Nigerians, it will be to fix the economy, it will be to make life better. But any attempt to form any mega party for the purpose of state capture, he is not going to be part of that coalition. And I know the people that are actually angry with this statement, the Atiku Abubakar camp. You know, they believe that 2027 is Atiku Abubakar's only chance of becoming Nigerian president. Of course, they've been having this false belief ever since Atiku Abubakar started contesting. In 2019, they believed that it was Atiku Abubakar's only chance. In 2023, they believed that it was Atiku Abubakar's only chance. Again in 2027, they are now believing that it is Atiku Abubakar's only chance. Their desperation to see Atiku Abubakar become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the reason why APC is the ruling party in Nigeria today. And I have no mercy for Atiku Abubakar. I feel no pity for him, because whatever is happening to him today, he is the sole cost of it. In 2015, Atiku Abubakar was among the northern politicians that gang up against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. They fought him and they went to create APC and they ensured that President Muhammadu Buhari became the president. If Atiku Abubakar and other northern politicians supported Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in 2015, Atiku Abubakar would have become the president of Nigeria under PDP in 2019. You know, these northern politicians believe that they are the only one that have the clout, they have the national appeal to produce or support anyone to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's the reason why they despised Mr. Peter Obi in 2023 when he left the PDP to join the Labour Party. They said no Northerners will vote for him. They said Mr. Peter Obi is going to come a distant third. They said Mr. Peter Obi is not going to get 1 million votes. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso went on a national television to make derogatory statement against Mr. Peter Obi, saying Mr. Peter Obi cannot win election in Nigeria because he's an Igbo man. Atiku Abubakar even dismissed him that Mr. Peter Obi do not have any structure to win the election in Nigeria. The 2023 general election is one that exposed a lot in our political landscape. It shows that you don't need all this structure to win election in Nigeria. Mr. Peter Obi left the PDP and went to a relatively unknown Labour Party and pulled a mighty feat. He was given a 6 million vote. Yes, I said he was given because we know that Mr. Peter Obi won that election. If not because INEC and the power brokers in this country colluded, Mr. Peter Obi would have been announced as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They announced that he came a distant third, but ever since the election was done and dusted, the ruling party has been focusing on Mr. Peter Obi. They have been attacking Mr. Peter Obi. Anything he says will become a national discourse. They don't care about Atiku Abubakar, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and other opposition politicians in this country. Even the opposition politicians do not even care about themselves. They are not even trending. Nobody knows about them. Nobody knows if they even exist. Everybody is focusing on Mr. Peter Obi because of what he pulled out in 2023. The legacy Mr. Peter Obi created in 2023 general election is such that no politician in this country will ever create. Mr. Peter Obi came out of that election with the biggest political movement in Africa, the Obidient movement. The Obidient movement belongs to Mr. Peter Obi. Anywhere Mr. Peter Obi goes, the Obidient movement will follow him. If Mr. Peter Obi decides to create a new political party today, the same Obidient movement that supported him in 2023 will also support him in that his new political party. This is something that Kwankwaso, Atiku Abubakar cannot boast of. They are no longer despising Mr. P2B because they know that Mr. P2B now has the national appeal and the clout to win any election if there is a merger, if there is a coalition with him. That is why they are coming to form a coalition with Mr. P2B. But like I said, they always feel that they are the only one that can produce the president or support anyone to produce the president in this country. That is why their terms of the coalition is that Atiku Abubakar will be the presidential flag bearer of any mega party they are going to form. Atiku Abubakar will run for one term, Kwankwaso will run for one term, then they will now hand over power to Mr. P2B to run for 2 terms. When you look at their political calculation, it all reeks of desperation. This was the same desperation they did in 2015 to wrestle power away from Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and it turned out to a full-blown state capture. Mr. P2B is aware of what they are planning, and Mr. P2B is simply telling them, I am not going to be part of that your merger. If there is any merger that will happen in Nigeria to form any mega party, I, Mr. Peter Obi, will be the presidential flag bearer. Mr. P2B is simply telling them that I am the most fitted, I am the most competent, and I have the biggest political movement in Africa, the Obidient movement. If you want my movement to form any coalition with you, then I will be the presidential flag bearer. And they have gotten the message of Mr. P2B. That is the reason why there is meltdown on social media. The Atiku Abubakar camp, they are angry that Mr. P2B do not want to form any coalition to remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu from office in 2027. They are saying that Mr. P2B is in support of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's bad administration. But the truth remains that Peter Obi will not form any coalition with the northern politicians if their desire or aim is to fly the presidential ticket. I am very happy with Mr. P2B's stance. For once, someone from the southeast, a region that has been disrespected, a region that has been disregarded when it comes to politics in Nigeria, someone from that same region is being seen as a viable candidate to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. P2B has made the Southeast to become relevant when they are discussing national politics in Nigeria. But the truth is, it is not about Mr. P2B coming from the Southeast, it is about his person. Peter Obi is the best fit candidate ahead of the 2027 general election. Any other measure that will not produce Mr. Peter Obi is null and void, and this is why Mr. P2B is the best. During the 2023 presidential election campaign, Mr. P2B embodies a lot of characteristics that endeared him to many Nigerians. Mr. P2B is the people's choice. He is the hope of an average Nigerian. One of the striking aspects of P2B's political journey is his ability to transcend ethnic and religious divides. Despite being an Igbo man from the southeastern region of Nigeria, P2B's appeal during the 2023 general election cut across geographical and cultural boundaries. Mr. P2B's message of unity and inclusivity resonated with Nigerians from all walks of life, particularly the youth, who saw in him a leader capable of uniting a deeply divided nation. Nigeria is a country where ethnicity and religion often dominate political discourse. It is evident that Nigerians need a leader who can bridge the gaps between its diverse ethnic and religious groups. P2B candidacy will not only reassure marginalized regions, but we also demonstrate that Nigerians' leadership can be inclusive and representative. Peter Obi has a track record of prudent leadership. Peter Obi's tenure as the governor of Anambra State from 2006 to 2014 remains a benchmark for effective and accountable governance in Nigeria. No politician in the history of this country has been able to set the legacy, the track record that Mr. P2B did while as a governor in Anambra State. Under his leadership, Anambra State witnessed significant improvement in education, healthcare, infrastructure, and economic development. Obi's prudent management of state resources earned him a reputation as a leader who prioritized the welfare of the people over personal or political gains. His administration was marked by transparency, fiscal discipline, and a commitment to delivering tangible results. Peter Obi did all of this in a country like Nigeria, where corruption and mismanagement of public funds have stifled development. Obi's track record stands as a testament to what is possible when leaders prioritize the common good. His ability to transform Anambra State into one of the most economically viable states in Nigeria is a clear indication that he possesses the skills and vision needed to lead Nigeria. 2027 should not be a period of trial and error. It should not be a period of compensation. It should be a period where the best person should be pushed forward to become the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Obi should become the flag bearer of any coalition. As a flag bearer of that coalition, Obi will bring his wealth of experience and proven leadership style to the national stage. Peter Obi will offer Nigerians a credible alternative to what we are experiencing with the status quo. Peter Obi has a vision to revive Nigerian economy. Nigerian economy has been plagued by persistent challenges, which include high unemployment, inflation rate, high national debt, and a heavy reliance on oil revenue. Peter Obi's 2023 campaign was anchored on a clear and actionable plan to revitalize the economy. He emphasized the need to diversify the economy, moving Nigeria from consumption to production, invest in critical sectors such as agriculture and manufacturing, and create an enabling environment for small and medium-sized enterprise to thrive. Peter Obi's vision for economic revival is not only pragmatic, but also aligned with the aspiration of millions of Nigerians who are eager to see the country realize its full potential. As a flag bearer of the coalition, Obi will bring his vision to the forefront of national discourse. Peter Obi's understanding of Nigeria's economic challenges and his commitment to implementing sustainable solutions make him the ideal candidate to steer the country towards economic prosperity. His emphasis on job creation and poverty alleviation will address some of the most pressing issues facing ordinary Nigerians, particularly the youth, who constitute a significant portion of Nigerian population. One characteristic that Peter Obi has that is lacking in most of our politicians is integrity and moral authority. Nigeria's political landscape is often characterized by corruption and self-serving interest. People go into politics because of what they will benefit from the system, not what they will contribute to make the system better. Peter Obi stands out as a leader of integrity and moral authority. His decision to leave the PDP and join the Labour Party was driven by a desire to offer Nigerians a genuine alternative to the traditional political elite. Throughout his campaign, Obi consistently demonstrated a commitment to ethical leadership, transparency and accountability. His refusal to engage in divisive politics or make empty promises further endear him to most Nigerians who are tired of the same old rhetorics. One of the most remarkable aspects of Mr. Peter Obi's 2023 campaign was the overwhelming support he received from Nigerian youth. These youth formed a movement known as the Obidient movement, which led to the grassroots mobilization. This demonstrated the power of a leader who connects with the aspiration and concerns of the young people. Peter Obi's message of hope, coupled with his emphasis on education, innovation and youth empowerment, struck a chord with a generation that is eager to take charge of its future. As the flag bearer of a coalition, Obi will continue to champion the cause of Nigerian youth. His commitment to investing in education and creating opportunities for young people aligns with the urgent need to harness the potential of Nigeria's demographic dividend. By prioritizing policies that empower the youth, Peter Obi will not only address the challenges of today, but also lay the foundation for a prosperous and sustainable future. Peter Obi's refusal to form coalitions solely for the purpose of capturing power underscores his commitment to principled politics. Most Nigerian politicians are not principled. They don't have ideology. This is why Mr. Peter Obi is very, very different from them. Peter Obi has declared that his goal is not to gain power at all costs, but to make Nigeria better. This rejection of politics as usual is a refreshing departure from the transactional and often cynical nature of Nigerian politics. Peter Obi becoming the presidential flag bearer ahead of the 2027 general election with any coalition is going to be a breath of fresh air. Obi will bring the same principled approach to the national stage. His focus on governance rather than power seeking will set a new standard for a political leadership in Nigeria. By prioritizing the needs of the people over partisan interests, Peter Obi will demonstrate that it is possible to achieve meaningful change through integrity, dedication, and a genuine commitment to the common good of the people. It is going to be a win-win situation for all Nigerians. Therefore, Atiku Abubakar and other northern politicians should sheath their sword. They should take the back seat and allow Mr. Peter Obi, a more competent southern politician, to go for the 2027 general election and challenge Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They all should support Mr. Peter Obi. If they don't want Mr. Peter Obi to become the presidential flag bearer, then they should go and contest or form their own coalition. Mr. Peter Obi is not forming any coalition with anybody that will not produce him as the presidential flag bearer. Like he have said, he is not desperate to be president. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.